that's done and all that kind of stuff around sort of segmentation analysis and really applying principles of marketing and segmentation and differentiation within the talent portfolio, within sort of understanding the capability mix, and how do you actually differentiate your actions and investments. And you might need to invest differently in certain places and divest differently in certain places, just like you would do with an investment portfolio, sort of using your analogy. My gut tells me that that's been a challenge. I think we're at a point in time where HR and the business absolutely needs to think about talent and capabilities in that manner. I think it's been a challenge, despite some great research in that, to kind of get HR there. Yeah. Largely speaking, HR tends to be more of that sort of service orientation and a little bit more of an egalitarian spread of actions, activities, and investments across the workforce. And I do think it's hard to sort of, because there's people attached to those capabilities. There's people attached to those roles. And it's hard to sort of think about it in terms of a investment portfolio. But the reality of it is, I think we kind of need we need to go there. We need to really understand what the business, and this is really not unique, but I think it's becoming much more pertinent, that we understand truly what the business strategy requires, particularly for like a company like Northwestern Mutual. As we are moving towards experience driven, we're getting more and more client insights that are driving a better understanding of our unique client needs, how they want to interact with the company. Even as we think about some of the product innovation that we want to do, understanding sort of the service and how certain types of clients want to be serviced. So we kind of need to really understand the intricacies of our business, intricacies of our digital strategy, what the work is, what work can be done in non-conventional manners, right? So not full-time employees, where there is a full-time need and capabilities. Who can do that work? What do those capabilities look like? What's the mix of that? Where the work can be done, and then you kind of get into how does the organization need to be structured and designed to support that? What are the leadership needs? What are your talent, career, and learning needs? And then how does the workforce need to experience that? And all of the things that sort of underpin those things from a process, practice, program, support standpoint need to become a lot more flexible, not a lot more customized to support the different segments in that talent portfolio. And I think we're at an inflection point, quite frankly, that we need to go there. I know we're having tons of conversations as a company, Northwestern Mutual. There's certain things that we need to do from a foundational standpoint just to kind of get us momentum going. But we quickly need to, we talk about employee value proposition as an example. The employee value proposition is certainly changing, but that employee value proposition can have an enterprise lens on it, but really needs to be nuanced for individuals that have capabilities that sit in different parts of that overall talent portfolio that we're talking about. Because the way for me to attract, acquire, make work very meaningful for engineering talent that really wants to do really purposeful, meaningful work, that's working on new technology, that's working in a team environment, that's working with really strong, talented people, that value proposition looks a lot different than the core of our business, which is still critically important, where I need actuarial talent, I need risk-based talent, but that talent ultimately needs to understand that things are changing in those spaces as well. And helping the organization see that is a critical part of, I think, the flexibility and the strategic position that sort of the human capital parts of the organization need to take.
Yeah. Well, and so that implies, obviously, that you've got to have multiple value propositions, right?
Absolutely.
you want to have as seamless an employee experience as possible across the employee lifecycle, but everybody's based on the categorization of